of you are already here. I'm so excited. How are you guys? So if for some reason you're new, my live streams are very casual. This one is going to be just the same. We're not going to change it up because it's a party, but we're going to have fun. And we are at a weird angle because I wanted my windows to light up our workstation today. So we're going to just sit and chat for like about 15 minutes and I'm going to do like the first giveaway. And then we will basically get right into the project. But how are you guys? I was just reading through the comments and I have my laptop over here so that I can also read comments while we are crafting because I'm gonna have my phone like out of view. So hopefully I'll be able to keep up, but yay. I'm so excited that so many of you could join. Let's see here. I'm gonna look on here because it's a little easier. So many that I recognize: Lisa, Heather, Susan, Erica, Danielle, Nikita, Kathy, Deborah. I feel like we need music, you know? So, yeah, but we can't. Amanda, Darlene, Jackie, Karen, Jeannie, Misty. Very excited. Okay, so I'm also going to try to stay on track on time. So I have a little schedule down here, so I'll probably be looking at that every so often, but okay, so I will quickly kind of go over the supply list just to make sure if you're crafting along, maybe if you forgot anything, you can grab it real quick. So even though I've gone over this a couple times, but let's see here. We'll start with that. Okay, so I know some of you have the free printable, so that's something you can have, or cardstock, or scrapbook paper. You're gonna need, or you don't need, but all of these things you don't need. Let's just go over it quickly. Vellum, plastic packaging, clear adhesive pockets, 3 to 5 envelopes, any color is fine, any size is fine. These are 5 by 7 and they fit perfectly with the printable, but you can really make any size work. Dried flowers, clear edge stickers, or like fussy cut flowers out of a magazine or a book. And then really just anything to decorate with, like botanical book pages, magazine clippings, a ribbon for a closure would be nice, or lace, something like that. Some kind of scrapbook paper if you want, but also you don't have to, you can really kind of decorate this after if you want to just put like the main journal together, you can always decorate as we go. And then your basic supplies like glue, double-sided tape, washi tape, stuff like that. So we have that. I will quickly talk about the giveaways just so we can kind of go over the rules of that. So there's going to be several giveaways throughout the live stream. In fact, when I'm done talking, I'll start off with a giveaway. But the rules are, I just want to have one winner, or what am I trying to say? You can only win one giveaway. So if you want to play along on the other ones, I guess, let's say you win a prize and you still want to play along, probably don't, because that's going to that might mess things up in case you won again. So just stand by and watch if you already won a prize. Let's see, the giveaways are going to be so simple. And I have a couple people helping me pick out the winners, but yeah, they're going to be very simple. And what else? If you win a prize, the easiest way to claim that would be on Instagram, because if you win and you have Instagram, you can tell me what your username is so I can write that down. It's just much easier to verify. But don't worry, if you don't have Instagram, you can also email me. And I know that I put my email address down below. It's paperterracecraftstudio.com. I mean, at Gmail. Anyways, I think most of you kind of get it. Hi, Jen. So, yeah. I hope everyone's excited because I am. I'm trying not to be like nervous, but for some reason I'm a little nervous. Even though I do these live streams all the time. So we're going to take a break, we're going to take a breath, and we're going to take a drink. Okay, so the first giveaway already kind of happened, and if you're on Instagram and you reposted one of my pictures, you were entered into a giveaway for a junk journal kit. So I have that right here, and I already have the entries for this one. All of the other giveaways you'll enter right here on the live stream. So I have all the names in a little jar here. Thanks, Erica. Yeah, it's so funny that I'm like a little nervous for this because I do live streams all the time, but this is definitely a different style, like crafting together, but it's fine. It's good nerves. Okay, we're just gonna pull one out here. So the winner for this junk journal kit is Morgan Ellen. I won't say her whole username, but if she's not in here, that's also okay, because for this one, I was able to verify through Instagram who everyone was. So congrats to Morgan. I assume that's probably your name. Maybe not, not always. So I'm gonna put her little name here. And I will just contact you on Instagram to get your address. So I'm gonna put this over here. But we have lots of other fun giveaways to give. Okay. I'm gonna keep my schedule over here. Okay, guys. So let's see. We'll just hang out for a few more minutes before we get started. And then I'm gonna flip you guys around so that you can see my table view. And if for some reason you're new and you're just hopping on and you're like, what the heck are we doing? Just hang out with us and have fun. We are going to be creating a little pressed flower journal, kind of like this. When I was making this one, I realized a few things that made it kind of difficult. So we're gonna do this as easy as possible so that everyone can kind of, you know, stay along and do it with me. But it will be super fun. So I'm going to keep this out just so I can kind of have that for reference. I think I have all of my supplies pretty ready to go. And also, if for some reason you are just hopping on and you're not crafting along with us, you can still grab the free printable that's on my website, paperterrace.com, and use the code 70K freebie. All that information is in the description below. I already cut mine out so that it would be easy to go. So, also yesterday, if you were on the live stream when I was talking about my new website, I accidentally said that this printable was up on my site, and I forgot that this is not yet. I probably will add this, but this journaling card says. So apologies for that. I totally got kind of mixed up there and thought that we had put it on the website, but we didn't. So I'm just kind of getting my stuff set up here. We're gonna get started with the one thing that will need time to dry. And if you're not doing this technique along with me, don't worry. It's just one of the techniques that I've kind of been playing around with. And I can't remember where I saw it. I saw it on Instagram, I'm pretty sure. One way to kind of preserve pressed flowers or leaves. So I'll wait till we're our tabletop view. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna read through the comments again. I love the acetate window too on this journal, but like I said, that part was a little bit challenging. So I think we'll do that together, but I'm gonna change it up a little bit because I want it to be easy for everyone, and you don't have to do the window, but I feel like that's part of the reason why that journal turned out so cute. So we'll do it, but I'm gonna just make it a little bit more simple. Thanks, Misty. She said, don't be nervous, you're doing great. I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling good. I think nerves are an all right thing, but Hi, Sandy. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, as we are crafting along, I probably won't be reading a ton of the comments, but since I have my laptop, hopefully I will see if anything pauses or lags or anything like that. And I have my charger near because it's going to be taking up lots of battery juice on my phone. So in fact, I'm going to move this real quick so that we can stay charging the whole time. And thanks to Kelly, one of my members, for buying this long charger for me. Okay, I think we're pretty much ready to at least turn you guys around because that's going to take a quick second. Even though I have it sort of set up, but it's always a little bit crazy. So if you are feeling hungover today, close your eyes for a minute because it's bound to be a rocky ride. Luckily I'm not, but okay, did that pretty smooth. There's got to be a better way to do this, you know? Okay, now I'm gonna flip you guys around. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Wow, that was maybe the smoothest I've ever done. And I am hoping, I think that my window view, or my window behind me, is gonna help with lighting. And then I have this light on. So let me know, I can see on my screen that I think it looks pretty good. It's honestly, sometimes I think this light makes it actually weirder. So hang on one sec, we're just gonna play around because I wanna see what's best for you guys. I think without the light's better. It's gonna fluctuate since it's my window, but yeah. Okay. And I did have a really great evening, Erica, thank you, last night. Yeah, I went out with my sister and some friends and it was super fun. We went out to a bar, but I cut myself off. I didn't enjoy too many beverages because I knew that I had to be feeling good today. So, and I do. I feel great. I went to bed at a decent hour also. Okay, so I think I'm like a little ahead of schedule, so that's just great. Well, actually, whatever. I'm not going to pay attention to the schedule I wrote out too much because that's how that's stressful to me. But what we're going to get started with actually is this little decoupage napkin situation with pressed flowers because this is going to need to dry. And I have this janky old plastic that I like to use for coffee dyeing and gluing, but you could do this straight onto like a page, or you could do it on top of plastic or something like that. You could also do it on top of one of your envelopes, straight onto the envelope if you wanted. But what I am going to do, so I have a napkin here, but you could use tissue paper, like a tea bag, anything like that. But this is a 2-ply, I'm pretty sure, napkin. And I'm gonna go ahead and remove the 2-ply. I'm gonna like separate them if that makes sense, or did I already? This one, maybe I did. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Okay. I think I did, but you can always use like a little piece of tape and that will help too. Then I have some like Mod Podge or decoupage glue. You could use white glue also. And I'm gonna do this actually just like I did when I made faux rice paper, I think. And I'm gonna take some of this glue and actually just put it straight onto my plastic. But again, if you're using a book page, or, oh, this would be fun to do. Actually, maybe I should do it on a book page. See, I'm indecisive, but I'm gonna do it straight on my plastic because it will peel off. But again, you could do it on straight onto your envelope as well. I'm using just a random old brush that I have, and I'm trying to get the glue all over as even as I can. I might pick up some old coffee dye on here, but you guys know that's not a problem. Okay. Then I'm going to take my napkin, place it down. And I'm not worried about wrinkles or anything like that. I don't mind the texture. And one thing I do notice is once this dries completely, it dries pretty good. Whoops. And it's fine if you get rips and tears, just add a little bit more glue. Then you're going to take your pressed flower or leaves and just make sure there's a good amount of glue underneath. Is someone saying there's an issue on it? And then you're going to place your leaf down. It's all good now. Okay. Maybe it had to do with the fact that I was moving it around or something like that. And I'm going to do 2 leaves on this here page. And then we're going to sandwich these basically between 2 layers. So like if you're using a tea bag, and I know I'm going kind of fast, like obviously at home you might not be going this fast, but I also know that not everyone's going to do this technique right here. This is just for one of our pages in the journal. But like I said, since it needs to dry, I wanted to do this first. Well, actually, thanks to Madeline for reminding me that it would be a good idea to do first. Hi, Tanya, how are you? I'm just getting started with one of the little techniques here, and then we will move on to starting our journal. I'm just making sure to get a good amount of glue all over. And then we need a second napkin to go over. And I am out of view, I know, but I'm just cutting down a second napkin. And I'll show you in a minute what this looks like dried. So actually I'll show you now in case you're like debating if you want to do this or not. Hi Donna, how are you? And I think, oh, hi Lori. I'm glad you're here too. This is what it looks like dry. I think it's super cool. And it feels super, what's the word? It doesn't seem like it's going to get messed up in your journal at all. I'm glad you remembered to watch too, Gina. Okay, so we're basically sandwiching our pressed flowers and leaves in between 2 pieces of tissue paper or napkin, and then we just put that over top like that. I'm not worried about this being exactly the same size because I'm going to trim it down when I put it into my journal. So when I did this the first time, I'm like, oh no, now you can't actually see the leaf very well. But like even when we add more glue on top, even then I was like, oh no, you can't really see it. But trust me, when it dries, you will. So this part, I'm adding more glue on top just to seal everything in. But I really like press it into where like the leaf is or flower. So and right after this, we're going to do our first giveaway here on the live. So get your fingers ready to be typing fast. And then we'll start putting our journal together. Don't think it's going to take us too long. So hi Rosie. I could play with this forever, honestly, but you kind of get the idea. Is anyone else, if you are, you're probably can't type yet, but is anyone else actually doing this technique right now? I'm curious. Because I do want to make sure I'm not going too fast, but also want to stay on track since I want us to get the main part of the journal made. Oh no, your signal sucks. Erica, that's a bummer. Well, let me know if anyone else's does. Madeline, you're doing it. That's cool. Oh, there's 112 people in here. That's lovely. Oops. Now I hope I didn't make it freeze. I was trying to make sure. My internet looks like it's working good, so I can tell that it just got laggy for a minute because I accidentally moved my screen, but it looks like we're back on. And someone's using some brittle maple leaves from last summer. That's exciting. Kathy, you said yes, but way behind. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna go too fast with most of it. I just knew that everyone's not doing this part, so you'll be able to catch up. Sweet, some of you are trying this. Fun. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be mindful of not going too fast, because sometimes, since I have already like done this whole journal before, I know that I know what I'm doing, but when you're actually doing it at home for the first time, it can be wild. So I'm just gonna get glue all over this. And also you can kind of keep working on this while I do the first giveaway too, and still be able to play along with it. There's some parts I can tell that need more glue underneath, so I'll just add that. Because once this dries, I'll be able to peel it off of this plastic. But hopefully it'll be dry by the time we are done. I'll just have this be one of the last page decorations. Because that's all it really is a page decoration. And are any of you creating this journal but not going to have it be a pressed flower journal? Because that's also an option if you didn't have any pressed flowers, or you can always add things later. Thank you, Gina. So sweet. Okay. Well, like I said, I could sit here and brush on glue for 12 hours, but I'm going to set mine aside. You guys can keep working on it if you are, so that I can grab the next giveaway prize. And we can do that, and then we'll just get started putting our envelopes together, which is just one of the easiest ways that I have found to putting a journal together. Okay. Giveaway number 2. So I'm going to talk about the rules real quick on like how you'll enter this one. So when you hear how it goes and what you have to do, don't start until I say start, please. I'm also gonna make sure that my chat is showing up correctly, so hopefully it will show up in the right order. If for any reason there is a tie on any of these giveaways, which there shouldn't be on this one because it's gonna go to the first person who guesses correctly. But if for any reason there happens to be a tie, or if I announce the winner, but for whatever reason, if I see it out of order, then I'm just going to go ahead and give like both people a prize. We don't need to get too serious about it. This is just going to be fun. I'm not trying to be unfair or anything like that. So, okay. All right, I think I got it all set up correctly so that I can see who actually answers correctly. So, first of all, this prize that you will be winning is an ephemera grab bag with an embossed bag, and it just has a bunch of stickers and goodies and fun things. Okay, so for this one, when I say go, you're gonna guess a number between 1 and 100, and I have already chosen a number, so whoever guesses that number correctly wins. It's that simple. Okay, so you can also continue guessing, but obviously just guess one number at a time. And when we see the person who has the correct number, which I already have written down, and my friend Madeline, she has the answers too, so everything should be fair. I'm trying to make sure there's no lagging going on right now. I think when I look on my laptop, it's like a second behind, but we should be good to go. So pick a number between 1 and 100 and start. Wow, it goes so fast. This is why it's hard to see them sometimes. I'm looking. Oh my gosh, it's going so fast. I don't see it yet, but if Madeline, if you happen to see it, just yell. Okay, okay, stop. I see the I'm gonna double check. I saw it, but okay. Give me 1 second just because I want to make sure. So, and it might take you a second to hear me say stop, but let me make sure. I didn't expect it to go so fast. That's funny. Well, anyways, I'm not going to try to message you on there, Madeline. I was trying to message you back for some reason. I can't. I saw Chalet. And I think that's what you just told me. Yep, Chalet. Okay, Chalet Wheeler. I always wonder if I'm saying your name right. And it was number 8. So, again, you might have guessed that number after her. And that's just how these giveaways go. It goes so fast that, like, I'm just double checking to make sure. But we both saw her say it the first. And so, yeah, okay, awesome. And I already know how to get a hold of you, so I'm just going to write your name down. That does take a little bit more time than I expected, only because it just goes so fast. It's nuts. You guys are awesome. Okay, awesome. Well, congrats, Chalet. I'm going to put your prize over here, and we better get started. That was super fun. And we'll just do more like that throughout, so you can see they're super easy. And then, yeah, if you want a prize, just don't enter again, please. Okay. So we're going to start with our, Madeline, I don't know if you can hear me here. I can see your message, but I just couldn't reach over to my laptop. Oh, that's a good idea, Genevieve. You should type go when you say it so you can make sure none of the guesses are too early. Yeah, that's a great idea. In the next one, I will also type go on the screen. Okay, let me get you out of here. Okay, so we're gonna start the construction of our journal now, and grab your envelopes. A lot of you have probably made these kinds of journals before, so it's very simple. But I'm gonna start with 2. I still see numbers coming through. And I'm gonna take a look at mine. Okay, so we're gonna start with 2 envelopes, and sadly, since the view has to be vertical, this can be a little hard for me to show you both, but you're gonna want the 2 flaps to be kind of like touching each other like this, if that makes sense. And you're gonna open one like that. You're gonna open one like that. And then you're gonna go ahead. Did I do that? I'm gonna flip the one on my right backwards. This part doesn't really matter. I just want my pocket to be on the next page, if that makes sense. So this part doesn't matter. You're just gonna take this flap basically and stick it into this side of the envelope. So again, it doesn't exactly matter which way you have your envelopes facing. I just wanted mine to be that way. Now, at this part, you can just kind of wiggle around with it and get it to line up as good as you can. Also, you can glue these in place. I never do that with mine, and I've never had an issue. It's a little tricky, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little tricky if you wanna put glue on here, or you can use the adhesive, and then wiggle it into place. It can be just, it's too messy. I don't do messy. Actually, I do, but you get the point. Okay, so we're gonna have that like that, and then you can just kind of fold that over. So you can see we're already kind of starting to make a little booklet there. So from here, we're just gonna keep doing that same thing to the last available envelope. Don't worry about our first flap yet. That's just kind of out of the way. So you can now do this with as many more as you want. In fact, if you just wanted a little booklet, you can do it with 2. So I'm just gonna make sure to go slow enough and that you guys can see that. And I don't know why, I never glue mine. I never have an issue with them coming apart or anything like that, because once we're all done, we have the front and back covers like in place and we're good to go. Nothing's gonna fall out. Okay, I am gonna get started with this one now. And I'm gonna keep looking at my little example here so I can remember which way I made these go. Okay, I'm gonna take my third envelope. Maybe I do need some more light. Well, it's weird because on the computer the lighting looks good, but on my phone it doesn't. So I'm gonna take my third envelope and I'm gonna do the same thing where I'm gonna slide the flap into the pocket here of this side. And I'm gonna have the second pocket face down. But again, it doesn't exactly matter if you have it face up or face down. That's just the way I prefer. And I'm gonna slide this in. And I'm gonna slide it all the way in so that the fold mark lines up all the way with the top of the envelope that's on the left. So if you're having any trouble with this or any questions, let me know. It should be pretty simple, but also it might just be simple to me because I've done it. So I totally understand if we need to do anything differently. Okay. Now I kind of want to remember, how did I do this second? Okay. Okay, so for this next part, I am going to I want to create this flap because I think this is super fun. Remember, yours doesn't have to be a window like you see it here, but if you want this wraparound flap, then I'm going to show you what I did to get that. If you don't want that, you can just put your last envelope in just like we did, like by sliding it in and then folding it down. And then you'll take this flap and you'll just adhere it to the back. So I hope that makes sense. So that's if you don't want the wraparound flap. I did, so I'm gonna show you how to do that. So if you want the wraparound flap, then I think most of us probably wanna try that out. I'm gonna take this adhesive off. If you don't have adhesive on yours, just use some glue to wrap that first flap all the way around all of the envelopes, okay? Just like that. This is also going to be a good time to add our ribbon closure if you're using one, but also you don't have to have one. So then we have our back, this is our back cover. What time is it? Oh, we're doing good on time. This is our back cover. And we're gonna take our last envelope. Again, if you wanted to keep adding pages, you could. But we're gonna take our last envelope, and this time the flap is going to be on the left side, but not tucking into anything, if that makes sense. I'm just actually going to be gluing this whole envelope straight down on the back cover like that. I just found this to be the easiest way. There's probably other ways we could have done this, but I like easy. So we're just gonna glue it straight down, and then you see how we get our flap to go around the front. So I'm also going to grab my ribbon closure. I'm not going to add it yet, but I just want it nearby so that I don't forget to add it. So for this part, you could glue this straight down. You could, I always like extra pockets. I think most of us do. So I'm just going to glue on top of this envelope, but not gluing onto like where the opening of the envelope is. So that way we'll have like a little hidden pocket in the back, if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I think it will when I actually do it. So remember, we have our back cover here. I'm gonna go ahead and take my glue. Let me know if I'm going too fast or anything like that. And I will catch up on the comments in just a sec and I can re-explain anything. But this is something I've done on my channel quite a bit, so I'm hoping I'm not going too fast. I am going to do the little window on my flap, and I just realized that might have been easier to do before we glued all this down, but yeah, but I'm not doing it that way. So if you can see, I'm adding a ton of glue just to the very top layer of that envelope. And then I'm just gonna match this up exactly with the back, with my back cover like that. So I just realized another thing too. I probably could have waited to put this flap around all of it, but honestly, it gets a little bulky and wrapping it around can be, I don't really see that to be a problem. I didn't do that on the first one, but. There. So we have our little journal pages and then our little back pocket. Okay, I'm just gonna glue this down really good. I'm gonna read through the comments. Okay, Brandy, sorry. I'm gonna slow down. Okay. I feel like once you play around with it a little bit, it's kind of easier to understand because essentially you're just tucking the flap of your envelope into the pocket of another. But we all work at different speeds, so I totally understand that it can be a little much. If you haven't already cut out whatever you want for your covers, go ahead and do that now. I'm going to use these just because I already did on the first one and I like it. So okay, I think the next thing we should do is, so we can give anyone a chance to catch up if they're still working on this, is I will start working with the window on the flap just in case you're doing that, because not everyone's going to do that too. It's the back one that you don't really get. So let's see. I literally, let's see, let me grab another one so I can kind of demonstrate. You can't really mess it up. That's all I want to say. So if you don't do it exactly like I just did, I guarantee it's still going to work out. So all I did was my last envelope, all I did was I glued it straight down onto the back cover. You don't have, it might have got confusing because I was showing you where to put glue. Don't worry about that if that got too confusing. Just glue your entire envelope face down on the back cover, but leaving the flap unglued so that the flap can wrap around to the front. Just kind of play around with it, just lay it down. Also, if, yeah, just try that out. I hope that helped. Okay, so for this next part, let me grab, I'm gonna grab a pencil. If I had one, I would grab a pencil right now. I don't, so I'm gonna grab a pen and hope for the best. If you have a pencil. Now this part, okay guys, I'm not a perfectionist and I don't measure things and I don't do things like super straight or anything like that. So if you're a perfectionist, this part is what might take you a while, is the window. Because I start out by just using a pen or a pencil to draw what shape I want to cut out for the window. And I just eyeball it, but I know some of you can't handle that. Like you would want it to be perfect, which I get. So you can use a ruler or something like that, which I'll use, because you can see what shape I did here for the window. And essentially I just followed the shape of the flap itself. So let me just show you what I mean. And let me take a look here for a second. Okay, we're gonna start this and then we'll do a giveaway soon. So I'm gonna use a ruler, but I wouldn't spend too much time on making this perfect. I didn't use a ruler last time, I'm just gonna show you. I'm just gonna draw out like a frame. and this ruler will help me make it straight, but also you don't have to draw this out. You can just eyeball this part. I promise it's gonna look good, even if it's not like straight, but I am just kind of following the natural shape of my envelope flap, and if you have a different kind of envelope, then your shape might be different. But I'm just kind of doing this to give me an idea. And I also wouldn't make your frame too skinny. Why aren't my comments coming up? One sec. I also wouldn't make the frame too skinny because that's gonna make it be a little like wobbly, I guess you could say. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. For some reason I can't find Madeline on my messages here. Okay, I saw that Madeline, who's one of my admins, was trying to tell me something, give me a heads up, but I don't actually see her comment. Oh, I appear to have a big shadow. Okay, let's try to turn this off again. I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, give that a second to adjust real quick. Behind me, the gray clouds just came in like a ton, so I had to adjust that a little bit. I wonder if that's any better. And also it doesn't help that my ruler is metal and glaring. So, hi, and if you're just hopping on, we have started, but come hang out with us. We're gonna have giveaways and whatnot. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep with it then. I am just drawing out the little frame shape that I want on my envelope window. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to cut this out. Some people use like those blades, I forget what you call them, X-Acto knives. I can't get down with that because when I use those, it makes everything much harder. I'm gonna plug my phone by the way so that we are charging. So for this part, I don't do things very technical or in the correct way. I'm just gonna cut it out. I'm just gonna punch a little hole and hope that I don't punch myself. Okay, good. Now I can see her. There we go. So basically now I'm just gonna cut out my window shape. You could have a lot of fun with this. You could do like an oval. Ooh, that would have looked cute. I wish I would have done an oval. You could do an oval. You could do all kinds of things. But I'm gonna go ahead and I still could. Here's where I'm like, no. I'm just gonna go with, I think it's gonna be much easier to do this. So I'm gonna go back to my scissors that I actually like. So you can see why maybe this would have been easier to do before we glued it on the back. But hey, if you're still here and haven't started this part, maybe you'll remember. We're always learning things every time we make something, you know? Always finding better ways to do it. That's why I think it's fun to watch so many different techniques. Those little scissors are cute, but they're hard to cut with. That's all right that you're here late. You're still here. Okay, I'm gonna try to cut this as nicely as I can. I almost wasn't going to include this acetate window on this journal for this live because I do feel like this is a little difficult. So like if this is your first time making a journal, you might just want to keep your flap without the window, even though I know it looks super cute, but you might get frustrated, which is fine. But you know what you do best. You know how you craft best. So if this is your first journal, maybe leave this for a different day. Or practice like on something else. Now I know mine has this adhesive flap or whatever, which is fine. I'm just going to take that off because I'm going to use double-sided tape anyways. And I'm just going to clean this up a bit. And again, I know that I'm going much faster than you guys would be for this probably. So we'll do another giveaway in just a sec, so you can keep working on this if. So for this window, you're going to want 2 pieces of acetate or vellum or plastic packaging. I just happen to have like a scrap of acetate, and I know this is really hard to see, but that's what I'm going to be using. But honestly, vellum works really great. If you had a glassine bag, that would be really cute. But the reason I like the acetate is it is a little bit sturdier. So if you have some choices, I would go with the sturdier option. However, at the same time, you don't want it to be too thick because this is something that's wrapping around our journal. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to kind of fold this around real quick to play around with that. And then after this, we'll get to decorating. But I haven't had any issues with this one wrapping around, but I also sewed around the edges on this one. And I know that not everyone has a sewing machine, so I think right now we're just going to use double-sided tape. I'm going to grab my double-sided tape, and then we're going to do the next giveaway, because we have lots of giveaways to get through. Okay, I think this one's kind of fun. The prize for this one's going to be similar to the last prize. It's an embossed bag with just a bunch of different goodies and ephemera. So for this one, and this time also when it's time to go, I'm going to say start or go. I'll say go. And then I'm also going to type go so that I can make sure that no one guessed early, I guess. Okay, so remember, you can take as many guesses as you need. Now for this one, I'm going to ask you for like a sentence. You'll see in a minute. It's not going to have to be exactly word for word, but you'll see what I mean in a second. Sorry. I'm going to try to make this less confusing. Okay. Okay, guys. So you're going to get ready to type, because once I say this and then once I say go and type go, some of you might already know the answer or not. So the first person will be the winner. And what I want you to tell me is, what is the title of my most popular video on this YouTube channel, Paper Terrace? My most popular video. And I'm going to say go. And typed go. So if you know it, if you need to go look, any of that is okay with me. This is going to be a slower one for sure, which I just thought would be fun for a challenge. Probably close, Erica, but no. And this one, I knew that you might not know off the top of your head, but like I'm saying, you're more than well, you can go check my channel. No, not yet. I'm certain someone will get it since you can check. There we go. We got the winner from Gothic Circle. I'm going to make sure, I should have made sure that Madeline saw that as the first one too. And it's why I closed my Etsy shop. That was like 6 years ago, I believe, or something like that. So that was who I saw, was Gothic Circle. Cool. Okay, yeah. So are you able to tell me maybe your first name, or if you do have Instagram? If you don't want to say your Instagram on here, then that's fine. But just if you could maybe tell me your name so I can write that down and figure out the best way. Or tell me if you're following me on Instagram already so that I can get your information that way. And I'll wait for just a sec to check that out, and then we're going to get back to our crafting here. And congrats. Yay, Raylene. You did catch a live. We're working on a project here, so that's okay that you don't have, Bella, thank you. That's okay that you don't have Instagram. I also should have mentioned earlier that these giveaways are worldwide, so wherever you live, you can enter. I should have said that, but I don't think anyone was asking anyways. Well, you can go ahead and email me. My email will be somewhere down in the description. I did type go. Did I not? Did I not? I thought I did. I did it on the messenger. But okay, we'll get it better next time. Whoops. That's okay. I think everyone. I typed go, yeah, but we're just gonna go with it because we have other giveaways, so sorry for that. Because typing go was never my original idea, so let's do another giveaway really quick since I didn't do that one. I would never think to type go, so I guess I'm not used to doing that. But here, let's do another giveaway super quick. And Bella, you can email me at paperterracecraftstudio.com. Or, oh my gosh, sorry, paperterracecraftstudio@gmail.com. You can find it down below. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna grab actually. I'm just gonna do giveaway number 4, and we're gonna do a handmade ephemera kit, okay? So for this one, the first person to say the correct answer will be the winner after I say go, and I will tell you what to guess in just a minute. So let me grab here we go. Okay guys, so for this one, the first person to say what my eye color is, go. And go. It's just kind of a silly one. Don't see it yet. Green. Okay, I saw the winner. And I believe it's, I'll make sure. It's so weird going back and forth between. Yes, so Teresa Marsh. So Teresa, congrats. Okay, I'm gonna write your name down and then we need to get back to our project. Are you on my Instagram, Teresa? If you could let me know. Otherwise, again, you can email me, but again, it's way easier for me to verify that you're the real person through Instagram. You are on Instagram? Okay, great. You can message me on there if you don't mind, and then I'll get your address. I'm just peeking through really quick. The comments go really fast, and that's why I say so Teresa shows up right before yours. Carlotta, I think you were asking if yours. Anyways, but we'll have a few more. So, okay. Lindsay, it might look delayed on your end. That's why I guess it's a good idea to type the go so that I can look back. And like I've mentioned before, okay, I want to get to going on this real quick. Like I've mentioned before, it can be tricky if you're looking at the live stream and it's showing up differently for everyone. That's why I say I'm not going to spend an hour going through messages just to verify. It's going to be whoever shows up on the live stream for me, and then I have Madeline double checking just to make sure it's fair. But if you have your live chat set to like top comments, or if you have it set to a different view than I do, it might show up differently for you. But it's not fun if we're like checking answers for 12 years. And I don't mean that rudely, but I'm only saying that because it can be lagging for some people, and it can be frustrating. But also that's why I have a bunch of giveaways too. So, okay, so, and I knew that not everyone knew what my eye color was, but it's just for fun. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and start finishing our window. This is like the most time consuming part of this, and probably decorating, but also if you have your journal put together, you can always finish decorating, you know, after the live, but we'll do some of the decorating together. I prefer to use double-sided tape for adhesive or for acetate. So I'm gonna go ahead and start lining the inside of my frame with double-sided tape. And if you don't have double-sided tape and you're doing this, I mean, you could totally play around with a glue that you trust. I'm just gonna be cutting down some of my double-sided tape and lining the inside here. And if you're not doing the window, just bear with us. And I'm definitely probably missing out on some fun comments, but I hope you guys are having fun. You can type a question in the chat. And Julie, you're like a pro at like these live streams and the premieres. So you showed me a way that I could make sure I was seeing the comments correctly. And I think did you post that in my Facebook group, I think? And that was actually helpful. But for some reason, when I tried that, it didn't give me the same options that you had. And I wonder if that's because my phone needs to be updated, meaning also my Facebook. But so far, I don't think I'm seeing anything out of order. But I definitely don't know all of the ins and outs of live streams and all that. So it's lovely and helpful to have support from people that do. And don't you guys think that this crafting community is like the most supportive for one another? I watch a lot of different types of YouTube, a lot. And I don't think I've ever seen comment sections so nice, other than on crafting videos. Not to say, sometimes there might be one or two mean comments, but for the most part, if it's anything, it's usually just because someone doesn't like what you're doing or something like that, and that's not a big deal. You know what I mean? So it's pretty exciting to be in this community. Okay, I'm just gonna keep lining the outside, my frame here. Because I'll even sometimes see people like becoming friends through comments. Like they're like, oh wait, you live here too? Oh my gosh, me too. And then they like connect on Instagram or something, and that is so cool to me. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that my double-sided tape is on here real good. And next what I'm gonna do, because again, I don't like to measure, is I'm gonna cut a chunk of my acetate that's close to the size, but I'm not gonna worry right yet about getting it to be exact because I'm just gonna trim around, you'll see. So I have a piece that's slightly bigger, because then you don't have to line everything up exact, okay? Excuse me, okay. I'm gonna grab a drink really quick. And if you're in here, and even if you're not crafting along, just remember that we have a grand prize that's gonna happen at the end. So I'm excited for that one. It's a bunch of fun stuff, and you're gonna win a journal, either this one or the one that I already made. I'm gonna see which one is better. I'm gonna remove the backing now to my double-sided tape. This is not my favorite double-sided tape, if I'm being honest. I got this from Michael's, and I don't remember what brand it was, but I used to get mine from AliExpress, I believe. Oh, while I'm doing this, let me tell you something exciting. A bunch of you have been asking if I could do a haul of journaling supplies from the brand, or from the company Temu, T-E-M-U. Well, they actually contacted me, they have for a while now, been contacting me to ask if I wanted to do a sponsored video. And I am excited because I am talking to someone right now. I'm having a hard time getting the backing off here. I'm in contact with someone now about doing a sponsored video with Temu. And when I say sponsored, I just mean, you know, they're going to send me some supplies that I can kind of review and show you guys. Yeah, and we can see how the shipping goes and all of that. And it'll just be a fun little haul anyways. But it will be my first time shopping with them. And I don't say that I like companies just because I'm doing a sponsored video with them. So we're gonna see how we really, you know, how it really is and whatnot. Some of you have already shopped with them, so. I think they're similar to AliExpress. See, I don't know. You did a sponsored video with them too, Susan? Well, that's exciting. I would love to come watch your video, so I hope I remember to do that. Because that would be great. Oh, pointy tweezers would help getting that off. And again, I'm not watching all of the comments, so I apologize. Sweet, Raylene, you also, or you just ordered from them. Yeah, it looks like they have some cool things, but it looks similar to AliExpress, so it sounds like the package arrives quicker. And I've gone back and forth. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna take my acetate now and try to line it up the best that I can on my frame here. And I know this is hard to see because this is see-through. I'm just doing my best to line it up, which is why having a bigger piece is helpful. So I'm gonna work on this real quick. I was gonna say, I've gone back and forth on if I support those kinds of companies, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes their images and whatnot, like on their stamps and stuff, I know that with AliExpress at least, they've used like stolen like artwork before. I'm not a fan of that, but I know that everyone or a lot of people need very affordable supplies, and sometimes that means we're just gonna go ahead and order from wherever we can. I mean, I'm sure Amazon has their fair share of things that's not the best. Yeah, anyways. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually trim my acetate so that it's the same size as my flap. See, this, to me, this is much easier than cutting down the exact size, because then you have to line it up just perfectly. So I'm gonna just use my scissors now and trim around. Oops, you dropped your phone, that's okay. Oh, and it timed someone out, whoops. So if you accidentally got timed out, you weren't supposed to. That's okay. I'm sure you've only bought from Amazon, yeah. Well, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see what fun things I can find. Whoops. This doesn't have to be too perfect, you know? It's gonna be about time to grab out my pressed flowers. Now remember, if you're doing a window like this, you don't have to use pressed flowers for this. This window would look super fun with all kinds of things, including clear stickers. I'll just show you real quick. That would be really fun, actually. Yeah, these clear floral stickers. And this is going to be hard to see again on camera because it's a window, but yeah, actually that'll look really cute. But I'm going to go ahead and use some actual pressed flowers, and we're going to essentially be sandwiching our flowers between two pieces of acetate. So I have my second one here. Ooh, yeah. Whoops. The window would be cute as an actual window shape from a die. Yeah, it would. Yeah, if you had this actually like a window shape. That would be cute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead now and put that up here. Grab some flowers. Mostly what I'm using right now are pressed flowers that I got from Amazon. I think I did not put the link to these in my Amazon, but maybe I did. I think I already know what I wanted to use, so I think I'm going to go more for like a fern this time. So I'm gonna open up this new pack. And then we can start decorating the covers. So we're at 12. Okay, I think we're doing good because the rest of it shouldn't take too long. And if you're like, you know, behind, I shouldn't say behind, but if you're not as far along as me, don't worry. I'm going kind of fast so we can stay on time. Has anyone pressed their own flowers? I press my own flowers just between two books. I have a ton in my books, and I have little notes like this one's from Arlo for my kids usually, or this one's from this walk and this hike. So I have a ton in my books. I randomly actually use them, but I've also pressed flowers in my microwave, and I've done it a few different ways. I'm pretty sure I have a video on my channel showing how I did it with the microwave, so it's like a quicker version. But I think I'm going to use these. And remember, when you are placing your flowers down, to place the pretty side face down, so that when this wraps around, you'll see like the pretty part, I guess. Uh-oh, my little leaves are falling off. That's okay though. I think I'm going to see if I can do like 2 of these before all the leaves fall off. Some of these are definitely a little bit more brittle than others. I've had this pack for a long time, but once we have it in there, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, the little leaves are falling off. I want to see if I can do 2. Like, I might have to cut this down a little bit, but I think that would be kind of cute. Oops. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to have to add a little bit of glue. Now, adding glue to your pressed flowers, it's not going to really show through on the plastic, but don't overdo it. I've overdone it before, and I feel like you could see dried glue. Not like too much, but let's see. I tend to take everything too seriously. Watching you never stress out over mistakes and remind us that we need to make things perfect. Yeah, I think that's the only reason why I sometimes don't want to do a live craft, because I know that everyone crafts at a different rate, and I tend to craft pretty quickly. So I don't ever want to make you guys feel like how does she do it so fast or something? I don't really know. I've done this same journal already, you know, like, I don't know. I'm just not a perfectionist when it comes to crafting. I just want to have fun. But I absolutely do stress about many things in life. Crafting is not one of them. Okay, so you could see I added a little bit of glue. I'm gonna flip this around because it's easier for me. I'm gonna put this first one upside down. You'll see why in a sec. Oops, and try to not have to move it around too many times, because that's when the glue can get kind of messy, even though I am moving it around because I had to. Okay. Just press that down. Now I have to see, I need to cut this one down a little bit too. Actually, I think that'll be just fine. Okay, let me... Ooh, you're mass making envelopes while watching. That's fun. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue, just mostly to the spine of this. Sometimes I don't add glue to my flowers if I'm sandwiching them between something that's gonna be like kind of tight, a tight fit, but these ones are kind of fragile, so I don't know, it should be fine. And then I'm gonna try to line this one up as perfect as I can. Again, I had to move that one too. Okay. I'm gonna move my flowers out of the way so that I don't knock them down. Then it's gonna be time to sandwich the second one on top, the second piece of acetate. If you guys are doing this window, let me know. Is it hard for you? I know not everyone's doing the window too, so I kind of want to make sure to move along. Okay, so I'm gonna add another layer of double-sided tape all the way around. Uh-oh, I keep getting booted out, and every time I come back, I have to watch an advertisement. Oh, weird. That's very odd. I think earlier, I think you were the one who said you were having trouble, or it looked laggy on your end? That's a bummer. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anyone else say that, so I don't know. I don't really have any ideas. But that's definitely a bummer. Let me know anyone else if you're having trouble with the connection. I use paper towels to press. Oh, that and heavy. Oh, that's a great idea, Julie. For some reason my comments, like, if it's a long comment, part of it's like not shown. That's okay though. Oh, you've got storms there. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead now and line the framing of our window again. And in a minute, I'm gonna explain to you what I did last time that took me way too long and I wouldn't do again, because I was trying to make it ultra pretty and perfection. But it was too much of a challenge if you ask me. Okay, I'm just cutting my tape down, by the way, because it's too thick and I want to use this tape. Okay. You passed on the window? Yeah. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad that you're still like crafting along. You said you're working on the cover decorating. Good. I'm glad that you don't feel like you have to do it exact here, because this window, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little tricky, but maybe it's not tricky, it's just like kind of time consuming to get it just right. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just remove all of the backings, and I'm so sorry, I keep bumping you guys. I don't know why I said it like that, bumping you guys. And if you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please do if you're having fun. You know, I'm almost to 71K now. I think it was a month ago-ish when I hit 70K. So, yep, okay. I get to see my kids today, and I'm so excited because I miss them. Now, I'm going to take my last piece of acetate and sandwich, and again, I have a piece that's slightly bigger so that I don't have to worry about lining it up just right, because ain't nobody got time for that. Hopefully it's at least, yeah, it is. That would be funny if it wasn't actually big enough. Sweet. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you guys what I did last time that took too long. I wanted to make the inside frame pretty. So I was like, oh, I'm going to like cut out scrapbook paper that's pretty. And I tried cutting it out to be exactly the same size frame. Oh my gosh, don't do it. Maybe you could do it, but that was very hard. It kept coming off. It took 2,500 years to get it lined up, which is why I ended up sewing around the edges. So it already looks a little messy on the inside anyways, but it's fine. Yeah, I would never do that again in my whole life. I'm just not like worried about what the inside looks like. That's the inside cover. Like, it doesn't look bad, but I'm just saying you can see the tape. So you could use washi tape, but again, that's going to keep coming off. So this might not be for someone that's like, you know, perfectionist. Yeah, again, it's a window, so I think it's fine. There's probably all kinds of different ways and things that you could figure out that you would like, but I'm fine with it like this. Because I'm going to show you in a sec, it looks great in the front. So if it looks great in the front, we're good. Okay, let's get a move on. 2,000 years is a long time, and I am not down for that. Now, since we use acetate, gotta kind of give it a minute to, you know, hold its shape. Like, it's gonna keep coming open, but that's why having a closure is gonna help it. So we're fine. Maybe the Dollar Tree glass or oh, yes. Cool. Okay, so where did you get fabric for your cover? Where do you get fabric for your covers? I think you're just asking in general. I use like vintage sheets a lot, or honestly, I go to Joann's quite a bit for fabric. Okay, so there we go. That's what my cover looks like. Again, it's hard to show the acetate on camera, so we're not gonna worry about it. Let's go ahead and get started with decorating. Now, decorating, this could take much longer than what I'm gonna do on camera, and totally understand that. But I kind of want to get a finished journal look here, so I'm gonna do it kind of just how I did with my first one. I'm also gonna put my glue right here so that this doesn't glare. So I'm gonna use this printable here, and I'll probably decorate this one differently, but let me see. I'm gonna take a little peek here, because I love this vintage playing card. I don't think the color would go. This one kind of goes. I like the idea of having something in the middle. Maybe kind of not. Ooh, this one. Does that kind of looks cool. You're asking how much fabric do I normally buy? It depends, because a lot of times I'm making a bunch of journals. I'll probably start out with a yard or half a yard if I only want to buy one or two, or make one or two journals. I kind of like this with the green. It's like unexpected and it pops a little. I think I'm just going to use this little playing card in the middle. And I could spend forever decorating this whole journal, but you know. Oh, and then maybe a little flower. Okay, cool. I'm going to take some ink here and ink up the edges of all of these. And I think I'm going to make this little playing card a little pocket. Thank you. I kind of really want to ink this up pretty good so it looks like super vintagey. Okay, we're at 12:17. We have like 3 more giveaways to do, so let me see. Oh, did I say 12? Yeah, it's 12:17. I probably need to stay on track here so we can get into our journal here. But the rest of this is really just going to be decorating, so we'll see how far we get. I'm going to ink up all of these edges too. I'm tempted to go to my sewing machine and sew around the edges, but I think I'm going to make this whole journal be like a no-sew journal. So let's just do that. Like that. I'm going to grab a little tag, I think, for that. Actually, I think I have some right down here. Oh, I just did something really funny. I have this little pink tag. I'm going to use this. And I have some twine for the tag. I love adding tags on the covers of journals. I think it's a good spot to like title your journal or write down like the date maybe that you made it, whatever. But this is just me. It seems so quiet. There we go. So I'm going to glue this on as a pocket, so I'm just going to glue around the edges, bottom, and the side. The edges, the bottom, and the side. And I'm just going to kind of center that the best I can. That's not straight at all, Jessica. Then I had this little pressed flower sticker, and a minute ago when I was layering it to see what that would look like, I think I liked that, so I'm going to add that. Let me see if I'm missing any comments or anything. Hi, Gigi. That's okay that you're late. Oh no. That's a bummer though. Oh, thank you, Julie, for answering too. See, like it's so hard to it's so hard to read the comments when I'm actually just down here doing my thing. Okay, I'm trying to get the backing off of this sticker. I wanted to show you guys, I was originally thinking of using a little seed packet for my cover, and that would look really cute on one of these journals, but I don't want to use this. You know what I mean? I hoard these little seed packets. They're so cute. So I didn't. But I like how it's going, so. Whoops. I'm just gonna add this little pressed flower sticker. It kind of blends in, but I like it. Okay, there we go. Now we have a little pocket, which just I think always looks so cute, having your little tag sticking out. Okay, then I'm gonna glue this just straight down. And then we'll go to the back cover so we can add our ribbon closure. You can see I just add a ton of glue here. Gonna catch another flight. If I'm better, make it wanna make. I just wanna have a good night. I just wanna have a good night. Hold up if you don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna, even though I'm using kraft envelopes, I'm still gonna also ink around the edges just to add a little something. You can see, or it does add something. Wow, there's 119 of you here. That's exciting. The dogs be barking today. Okay, I need to add a little bit more glue to the bottom here because that's wanting to pull up there. Yeah, I'm excited to do this again, but next time when we do a live make, it's gonna be a wine and craft time. It's gonna be in the evening. You don't have to drink wine to join, obviously, but I probably will. Okay. Fun. And this will wrap around. And again, this flap on the first one, for me, it took a few tries to get it to kind of mold to the journal, but I am liking how it's going. Okay, so let's go to the back. And I'm just going to use this for my back cover. And this is where I'm going to add, I have this ribbon, and I'm going to actually go ahead and, it's kind of like too wide for my liking, so I'm going to go ahead and just, I wonder if this will tear. I'm going to cut it down the middle like that, and I'm going to see if I can tear it. Yes. So it can be kind of frayed. Not afraid, but frayed. Okay, and I just have, I'll tell you how long mine is in a second here. Let's see, mine is 12, 24, mine's probably 36 inches, just because I wanted it to be long enough to wrap around a few times. So I do this just like I do everything else, simple, simple. I'm just gonna like add some glue in the center here. Place it down like right there, like almost going across the whole journal back cover, if that makes sense. And then I'm gonna add glue to my cover here. I'm gonna make sure to get up on the edges this time. And we're just gonna cover that ribbon. And that's like the most simple ribbon closure that you ever did. Because a lot of times I have my ribbon closures coming from the inside of the back cover, if that makes sense. But since we have the window, I wanted it to kind of go around the entire thing, if that makes sense. Here we go. I'm just gonna make sure that this covers the whole, I might have had it come over a little too far over here, if you can see a little bit of it's peeking out. So I'll just tuck her in, or I could have trimmed it. So I hope this is all not like too confusing for anyone. It's probably time to do another giveaway, and then that way I'll give you guys a second to kind of work on what you're working on, and then we'll start decorating the inside of it. But there we go. So that's like the main construction, and you can see this just is going to wrap around. I like this color. It's like brighter than what you would expect. And then I just tuck it, the end down like this, and kind of pull it tight, and it'll stay. So cute. You could add, like charms and things on the end of this, but again, I could spend a very long time with decorating, and today we're just doing it simple so that we can get through it. I'm gonna grab the next giveaway prize real quick because we have about half an hour. I'll probably go a little past 1, but also I want to get through some of the decorating and stuff. I'm gonna open this page and see what I did there. Yeah, I like the dark blue also. It is a good. What is your favorite weight GSM for printing ephemera? I don't print ephemera too often, but personally, I usually use printer paper or just regular cardstock. I don't even know what that weight is. A lot of times I use printer paper because I will like layer it onto coffee dyed paper or something like that. Did someone say wine? Yes, I did. It is plenty late enough for you, Erica. I agree. Me, on the other hand, I gotta take care of my kids today. Some of my pages are ripped a lot, but I'll give it a vintage look and we'll tea dye the pages. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, exactly. Just go with it. Gina, I jumped the gun and glued my covers first, so I wrapped black lace around it. That's perfect too. And I should have mentioned that earlier. Because I've done that so many times where I'm like, oh wait, already glued the back cover on, what do I do now? Usually when I do that, I'll just layer another paper over the top, if that makes sense. I'll just add more. I don't know. I do that very many times. Or I'm like, oh, let me rip this up. Okay, anyway. Jen, that's so funny. I swear I still do that all the time. Okay, let me grab the next giveaway prize. Woo. That's fun. Okay. Okay, for this giveaway, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to be guessing something, and the first person that gets it will be the winner. If you already won a prize, please don't comment this time. And I'm sorry if there's a lag, but hopefully there won't be. And the prize for this one, it's a little napkin kit. So I took just a bunch of napkins from my stash for decoupaging and whatnot, and probably some that I got from other places. And I added some botanical tags and things like that. So lots of different types of napkins. So get your little fingers ready. Okay, so for this one, you can keep guessing until we see a winner. This one's probably gonna go really fast, so when I see the winner, just give me a minute to scroll through to make sure I know who is actually the winner. You're going to guess a letter between A and Z, so whoever guesses the letter that I already chose out, I have it written down and everything, will be the winner. Do not go until that's okay. I'm typing go, and then I'm going to say go. And it's only going to be after I typed the go. PS. Ooh, okay. I think I saw, nope, sorry. It's going pretty, okay. Stop. And I know it's going to keep going for a minute because I think there is a lag sometimes. Okay, I'm going to look through really quick because that one went so fast. Luckily, I don't think I saw the correct answer before my go, so I don't have to knock anyone out there. I'm going to look through, and then if Madeline, if you can too. crazy how fast it goes. You guys are quick. Okay. Okay, I think I see the winner. Oh. Give me just a sec, guys. I'm gonna verify. Oh, perfect. Oh. Cool. Yes, we see the same winner. Okay, so the winner for that one is Adeline Junkman's sister. I hope I said that correctly. So congrats to you. And let me know, are you on Instagram? Where did my pen go? Who took my pen? Just have to get another one. It was F, by the way, I should say. It was the letter F. And if you're curious, I already had, I have the answers all written out, so, you know. And that's why I also gave Madeline my answers so that it could just all be fair. Adeline Junkman's sister. If you don't have Instagram, or if you're not already on Instagram, you can email me. The email address is down below. So, just looking through to see if she has answered me yet. So yeah, Gina, you said that was your first guess. Did you say that? Okay. Okay, well, anyways, I'm gonna stop scrolling through the comments for a sec. Oh, I'm excited. We're having fun. Okay, I'm gonna put this down below, or I'm gonna put this over here real quick so we can keep it going. And we either have one or two more giveaways. I'm just gonna see how the time goes, but let's get back to decorating our journal. So I think for the first little page, and remember, you can decorate your journal covers however you, or your journal pages however you want now. At first when I made these envelope journals, I'm like, oh, well, just like, it's cool to have the pocket, but to me, this just looks like an envelope. Like, it's so obvious that it's an envelope kind of thing. And so sometimes what I like to do when I feel that way is I'll take some scrapbook paper and I'll just cover like the entire page here. But again, I'm not gonna glue underneath the flap. I'm gonna keep it a pocket. So I might even take my circle punch. Let me grab that really quick. I'll show you. We'll get to decorating a few pages here. I'm gonna do like a little half circle punch so that it's obvious that it's a little pocket in here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be decorating these pages fairly simple. Normally I would decorate them more intensely, but for the sake of time, I'm just gonna add glue here. Just a bunch of glue, but keeping that pocket open because it's fun to have pockets in our journals. There we go. And this was just some scrapbook paper that I already had cut down. And of course, since I wanted this to be a pressed flower journal, I'm going to show you one way that is really fun to showcase some pressed flowers. I'm going to take a vellum and I'm actually just going to fold this in half. We want to create, again, another little pocket system. I'm just going to fold it in half. Creasing that really good. Let's see, do I need to trim it down a bit? And I need to trim mine down a bit because it is a little too wide. So I'm just gonna, I have my trimmer behind me. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly trim that down so that it's the same width as my journal, or as the page. but I'm only gonna trim down the width of it. And so even though it's still too long, I'm just gonna fold this up and create a little pocket here. Because again, who doesn't like pockets in their journals, right? And I'm gonna score that pretty good there. Okay, but the flowers or pressed flowers or leaves, whatever you're using, they're gonna go inside here. So I'm gonna open that back up, and then I'm gonna put this journal kind of out of the way here. Like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place them in here. And you know, I was thinking, again, you can use, let's use a little variety of things in this first one. Like I'm gonna put some of my clear stickers in here, just so we can see what they all look like, but on one page. I think that'll be fun. And then I'm going to take, sorry, I'm reaching over here. I'm gonna take this little booklet here and just cut out a few flowers, or maybe just one for here for, again, sake of time. Okay, so I'm just gonna fussy cut this. I wonder how these scissors would do for fussy cutting. Pretty good. Now, I am not someone who spends 2 hours on cutting ever, so you could get this super close to the actual image and probably actually have it look pretty cool, but I ain't about that life. I got bills to pay. Wait, that doesn't even make sense. Because I'll just use ink around the edges. Just gonna do my best. Dude, I just realized I don't even think my mom's in this live stream. What in the heavens? Mother. Although she had my sister's kids, so I'll let it slide. Yeah, last night, well, I'm cutting this, I'll tell you what. Last night, you know, hung out with my sister and some friends, and it was so much fun. We just have the best time ever. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna speed this up because who wants to watch me cut for so long? Not I. Oops, and I just cut off a chunk of the flower, but that's okay. If anyone fussy cuts a lot and you have a favorite pair of scissors, what are those? I would love to know. Okay, here we go. Good enough. And I'm gonna ink up the edges just a bit. Tim Holtz scissors. Oh wait, I have the Tim Holtz scissors. You know what? Mine don't work very good anymore, and I think it's because I used them on, I started using them on fabric because they worked so good for a while on fabric. So yeah, I messed them up, I think. Anyhow, so there's that. Maybe we'll kind of go like that. And I always like to check and see how it's all gonna look. Yeah, that looks fun. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just place these down with the adhesive since I know I am already I'm gonna use them for sure. And even though I'm making this like a pressed flower decorated journal, there's still gonna be tons of room if you wanted to add pictures or this would be a fun journal to add journaling to, actually. You could add journaling cards and whatnot for that. Because sometimes it's fun to just have a decorated journal rather than have it be like a memory keeping kind of thing, you know? There we go. The Cutter Bee scissors, I've heard of those ones. I'm going to add a little bit of glue. I don't overdo glue on vellum usually because it can wrinkle up your pages. Okay, I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to add 2 like pressed flowers here. And so I'm going to grab my pressed flowers and bring them over. And I think I'm just going to grab this little pink one that I have here. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue. I'm going to add that right there, even though there's going to be a pocket coming up, so it'll cover a little bit of that, but it'll be fine. So I think I'm going to add this little daisy. Cute. Up in the corner. Oops. And hopefully something else that's kind of small would look cute. I'm going to add this little purple flower. Just kind of like that. So we have all kinds of flowers. And then we're going to close her up. And again, I would really prefer to sew this, but I'm kind of curious about this thing. Do you guys remember this? It's a stapleless stapler. I used 4 envelopes, Susan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. How many journals have I made in my life? Ooh. Good question. Hundreds for sure. I don't know though. I want to see if this works. I should have put the link to this thing because this is cool. I am going to add an actual staple. And I know that not everyone likes the look of staples, but ooh, actually, since I have more of this trim left right here, I'm going to cut a little piece of it for the top of this pocket. I keep bumping you guys. And I'm just going to cut off some of the frills, not too many. We want some of the frills. And I am going to add, I'm going to add double-sided tape because again, I don't love using glue on vellum if I can avoid it. And then I'm going to just line this on top because when I folded it, I didn't fold it perfectly. But like I said, I'm going to add a staple to finish off this pocket. And I would sew, if I was just doing this like by myself, I would probably sew. But I also don't mind the look of staples, and some people do, so I understand. It's not everyone's jam. But other than that, I'm going to go back to using this cool little stapleless stapler. This would probably be hard to use if you have like arthritis in your hands or something, because you have to press pretty hard. But it is pretty cool. It just basically staples your paper by crimping it. And I didn't have the link for this one, but this is so cool. I have a whole video doing a review on this. So if you look up Paper Terrace Stapeless Stapler, you'll find the review. And it has like the link to it and everything. Yeah, so, and it looks cool. I like it, how it looks. I don't actually have to go all the way around, but I'm going to just for the look of it. Fun. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead now and place this in the journal. So that's one way. Obviously, it's kind of a clouded look as far as the flowers go, but in real life you can see them and I like it. I'm gonna add double-sided tape, whoops, we're out of view, sorry, to the back of the vellum here. I'm not gonna add too much because it probably is, you can probably see it a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. Just remove the backing. And I will put this right down on my page. There, super fun. And just because I love being able to put things in pockets, we'll go ahead and, oh, I'll add one of these cards that I love so much. Oops. And we're almost like coming up on time, so I'm gonna go like that. I would decorate this more, but let's go ahead and get to the second page here. For this one, instead of, I'm gonna add napkin to this page right here, just because I wanted to decorate everything a little bit different. I'm gonna tear it. And so this one, I'm going to keep the pocket like exposed, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm just tearing it kind of messy. I'm going to take the 2-ply off of it. And just because I don't want to wait for this one to dry, I'm not going to use wet glue. I'm just going to use double-sided tape. So we're not really decoupaging this one. We're just using it more as a background. So I'm just going to add some double-sided tape all around. And then hopefully our first little decoupage leaf that we did, hopefully that should be dry by now. And we'll use that for the, oh yeah, oh wait. For some reason I thought, oh, did I use, maybe I used 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I keep bumping into you guys. No, yeah, that's the back cover. Duh. Anyways, for some reason I thought I used more envelopes. Okay. Whoops. Sometimes that backing doesn't want to come off. Tweezers would be good, but sometimes I just hate having so many, I really just hate having so many tools. Like, I'll just lose them, you know what I mean? Okay, all right. We're gonna go ahead and just add this right here. Now, I'm going to use one of these clear adhesive pockets. I love getting these from Amazon. And this is also another great way to kind of display your pressed flowers. And I'm just going to actually take the backing off. And for this page, I'm going to put this over on the left side. Maybe in the middle. Let me think about this real quick. Well, again, I could go on decorating it forever, but we'll just place it right here. And just because I feel like I need to have something in this pocket, I'm going to take a book page that I have, fold it in half, and just pop that in there like that. So now we have our clear adhesive pocket. And for this, I just simply take my flowers and place them in the pocket like so. This might be a little hard to see just because I have that napkin, but in real life you can still see. That looks cool. I could fit more if I wanted, but I hope you can kind of see that. It looks pretty cool. And then up here I could put like a little label or something like that. Yeah, let's do that. I have a little label here. I'm gonna ink it up. And we're gonna do the final giveaway in just a minute or so. I kind of want to just finish this up. And of course, I know I'm kind of going fast now, but I'll slow down. I just want to make sure if we're here, if you're only here till 1, also I kind of wanted to be able to show you all of the different things, and then I'll do the last giveaway. Okay, so this might not be dry yet, so I might have to like do this later, but yeah, it's not. So like I said, to me, this looked weird, and this is what it looked like when I did it the first time, and I was like, ooh, I don't like this. But the next day, once it was totally dry, it looked like what I had just showed you earlier, which is right here. Whoops, that came off. So that's what it should look like, hopefully, when it's all dry. But it's probably dry enough to peel off here, so let's try. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, never mind. It's drier than what I thought, but it's gonna continue to dry. And yeah. I love peeling this off. Yeah, not quite, but you get the point. So I would take this off and trim it up and then go ahead and put it on the page, but I'm gonna let mine dry a bit more. So let's get going to the last giveaway. So I'll probably place that here, and I might have to add that later, but yeah. And this page, you could add more pressed flowers or have it for journaling. I feel like I want to decorate this page though. Also, I made a glassine bag out of the printables here, if you hadn't already seen. And that would be really fun to have in here, even though we already used like this print. Okay, so let me... Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the final giveaway. I'm skipping one here just because of time-wise. So this is basically a big pack of laces and fabrics, fun fabrics and laces. And it's gonna include one of these journals, either the one that we made here on live or the one that I made earlier. I'm just gonna see which one's like best. And yeah, that's gonna be the final, the grand prize, we'll call it. And it's gonna be the same rules. Okay, I just wanna make sure everyone's ready, and I'm gonna pull up my correct chat. All right, so I'm going to make sure that I actually type in go when it's time to go, and I'll say go. Okay guys, so for this one, you gotta choose the number that I have already chosen out, and this one's going to be between 1 and 500. So this might take longer, but between 1 and 500, if for some reason it's going on for an hour, we'll change up the rules, but between 1 and 500 and go. And I typed go, but did it show up? Yes, it did. Oh, wow, it's going so fast. Okay, stop. And I'll wait for a second. I see it, so I just want to make sure I see the correct person. And let me make sure that, make sure we both see the same answer. So give me just a minute to go through. You guys are quick. Oh, okay. Let me just make sure here. Okay. Oh, yep. That's who I saw too. Awesome. Yep, me too. Okay, so the winner for the grand prize is, and I love this name, perfect for today, Seriously Sunny Today. And the number was 70 for 70K. And I did see someone else guess that afterward, but that's how it goes. Eventually people. So thank you, and congrats to Seriously Sunny Today. I'm gonna go ahead and write your name down on here, and let me know if you have Instagram or not. Yeah, exciting. I'll write this down. And these prizes will go out this week, by the way. Along with, if you ordered anything from my shop yesterday, those will all go out tomorrow. So if you ordered, and I still have extra kits and things in my shop, by the way. I know there's a glare on the screen. I have new items in my shop, if you didn't know. So just so you know, those are available and they'll be shipping out tomorrow. So congrats. And let me just read through here. This was super fun. So like I said, I think I'm going to keep this page blank so that I can add those leaves. Actually, you know what? I sort of want to, pardon me. I'm going to, just because I can't keep it blank. I'm going to add my scrapbook paper that I already had. And then I'm going to add those leaves when they're dry, just on top here. And then, yeah. I mean, I could go on and on with decorating this, but I think that this was a perfect first project to do on a live stream. And I know that some of you will probably be finishing up your journals. If you made one today, I would love to see it. If you post it somewhere on Instagram or wherever, Facebook, whatever, wherever, please tag me so I can see it. And if you don't have social media and you made one and want to show me, you can email it to me or something like that. Yeah, it's funny because the first one that I made, I think I added an extra, I think I used 5 envelopes and I thought I used 4. Because this is 4 and that gives you this many pages. Yeah, is that right? Like, why do I keep, yeah, I used 4 envelopes. And so, but it's still a great size for a little mini journal. And again, gotta be kind of careful with that acetate, but it's fine. So I'm gonna flip you guys around because I want to say a proper goodbye. So, give me a second here. I know it's a little sketchy for a minute. Thank you guys so much, seriously, for being here. Kind of a weird view for a minute. Whatever, good enough. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. This was so much fun. I know my camera view's moving, but and dang, it's like 2 minutes under 1 o'clock. And I probably could have gone longer, but I'm pretty tired, if I'm being quite honest. That was a lot, but it was fun. And now I have a big mess and I have orders to pack up from yesterday. So I think this is a good amount of time for the first one. And I'm sure we all have things we got to do today, but I can't wait to do this again. Like I said, I'm definitely going to do the next one in an evening time, if that makes sense. So that we can, whoops, because I'm sure some people are more available in the evening. Sorry to be moving you around. I see how annoying that is on my screen. But yeah, this was so much fun. If you're one of the winners, it's easier if you contact me because you'll get to it quicker than I would, or I'll message you wherever so that I can get your address and get it sent out. I think that's about it. So yeah, thank you guys so much. This was just lovely. So I'm gonna let you guys go. and you know where to reach me if you need to. Okay, have a good day, guys. Bye.